everyone. Welcome to the Sun City Stitchers channel. I'm Carlene.
And I'm Marlene, and this is Floss Tube episode number 45.
We are so glad you are joining us. We know there are lots of Floss Tube channels. Marlene and I spend lots of time listening and watching and admiring everybody's beautiful work. And so we're very glad that you stopped by. If this is your first time joining us, welcome, welcome, welcome. We are twin sisters. We love to cross stitch. I don't think there are very many days that we don't get to at least put a few stitches in.
Not very many at all.
It is definitely...
Even if we only have like 20 minutes, we sit down and stitch at least a little bit because it just is our happy place.
Yes. So. It's relaxing for us and grounding. Yes, definitely. So, what's been happening at your house?
I've had kind of an awful week.
What happened?
My fridge quit working.
Oh, that's right. I had to bring stuff to my fridge.
Yes. Well, because first it was just the main wiring system or something, and they said it would keep cooling. But then it
was the front panel, right?
Yeah, the front panel, like the display panel and the main panel weren't communicating. But it was still cooling, and the freezer was still keeping everything frozen. But then that also quit. So then I had to empty everything out. So my food had to come to Carlene, and so it's just been
because they are going to be able to fix it.
Yes, but they had
reasonably.
to order. They had to order the part, and it's going to take about a week for the part to come in. So hopefully next week at this time, my fridge will be working.
Yes, we'll hope so.
So it's been rather a trial.
And then
not very fun.
My garage door opener just quit working. All of a sudden, it wouldn't open the garage door with the remote. It was still opening it when we pushed
the button
inside but not from the car. And so we called, and I thought it was just going to be some small thing. Oh no, they had to put in a whole new motor. So we had that happen. So yeah, it's been kind of like a really crazy week.
Yeah.
We did have a really nice lunch with Nancy, though. Nancy
Wahler
of Faithwurks.
That was very fun.
Yes, we had a wonderful lunch with her. That was on Tuesday. Really my husband is gone this weekend. His track team traveled, so they're in
San Angelo.
Yeah, they left yesterday morning.
Yes.
And they're in San Angelo. I got a text from him this morning about 7:30. He said they were on the way to the track.
Oh,
and
wow, that was early.
Yeah, it was early because it
was there
started
meet today then?
It's today and tomorrow.
Oh, and tomorrow. Okay.
I think they had prelims. I think it's a big enough meet that they have to do prelims and then finals.
And San Angelo is such a pretty. I thought it was a pretty drive.
It was a nice drive. Of course, it was just us, not a bus full of kids.
It wouldn't be fun with a busload of kids. But when we went, just the two of us, it was fun.
It was a nice drive.
We went for regionals, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, I know it's still March, but Easter comes early, so Marlene and I have put up a few Easter things, and then after Easter, we'll switch over and have just mainly spring things up. But, so we thought we'd take a few minutes and show you what's on display for right now for Easter. So, Marlene, do you want to start with something?
Yeah, I'm going to start with this one.
Oh,
this is designed by Faithwurks, Nancy Wahler of Faithwurks.
The back.
It
says, yes, there's the little seam here. It says, have an excellent Easter.
Yes, excellent.
Well, yes, because the little birds, there's some facing front and some facing back. And I really think this looks more like the front, but I put the seam there. Well,
okay.
Well.
Oh, well, I probably put it on backwards.
The lid can go this way. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
There you go.
So, Marlene, what were you saying about this?
So anyway, it's a Faithwurks design, and then Carlene painted the box and did the finishing for me. So, and then you get the little topper. It came as a kit. So everything
really
came.
With
it, right?
There's Mickey. He went outside.
While you talk.
Okay. So, yeah, this was cute. Just the little banding. And then this little pretty spring-looking trim is really a cute add on top. Okay. I have one too. She did a series of boxes. So this is one of her chocolate bunny boxes.
So cute. I have that one
It's
too.
so cute. It says Happy Easter on one side, and then there's the bunnies with the basket, and then just some Easter eggs, and then a little chick hatching, and then the little chocolate bunny topper. So we put a little, this one had a little bit of twisted cord and
And a little bit
some
of rickrack.
small rickrack
Yeah.
around the lid. But yeah, just really cute. So
And did
that's
you
one of
paint
her.
the boxes, or did that box come painted?
No, this box came painted,
It
I
came painted.
think. Yes, I think it did. So anyway, that was also a Faithwurks design.
That one is very cute.
Very.
And I have another Faithwurks design. This was her Easter egg house. So, and
She did a
we-
series of houses.
Yeah, she did a few.
We showed last month in March. We showed the little
Yes, I showed
Irish
that, yeah, I
cottage,
showed the shamrock
and
house,
then
uh-huh.
she did the Easter egg house,
And then May she did a little
English cottage.
yeah. And then in June she did a little beehive house.
Yes, so she had about 4.
Yeah. So
4 or
we-
5.
And we personalized the little mailbox over here. And
So
I think
cute.
I think I put
And then it
I
was
don't
just
know.
finished as a little fat box.
Yes. So I thought it's
Little
very
ribbon.
cute.
And then the back fabric was really pretty.
That's very cute.
Yeah. So very cute.
So that's
So that was a Faithworks
Yes.
design that we did a number of years ago. And then I wanted to show the little petite easel series. So Marlene, if you want to
oh yes, I'll hold it.
just hang on to that so that I don't. So this was also a Faithworks design. And then it came with a little resin figure with a little chick.
Careful.
Yeah, I don't want to break it. So these
That's
just
cute.
sit. Yeah, that was her petite easel series.
That's very cute.
So I did that one.
And then the last thing that I have that I'm going to show today that's on display is this one. This is a design by Prairie Schooler. It was their monthly series that they had out. There was one for every month. And the saying says, let me see if I can read it. April brings the primrose sweet, scatters daisies at our feet.
That is
And
just
Carlene did
so
the finishing for
pretty.
me, so she did such a beautiful job. It just coordinates so well. So it's so pretty.
That the colors on the Prairie School samplers are always so they're not bright.
No, they're
they're
very muted.
more of a primitive look.
Yeah.
I love that. That
Yeah.
one's so pretty. I have not done any of these.
I know.
And every
this
time I
is the
look
only
at
one
them,
I've done, and I need to get them out and
every
do
time,
more.
and you know, Prairie Schooler just it wasn't. I don't believe it was part of Nashville Market, but right after Nashville Market, they released their Santa. For the year as Snowflake Santa, and I really want that one
Yeah.
too. The last thing I'm going to show, this was a cricket collection, and this was the little bunny circles. I did it with all fun fibers, and so there's some impressions. The bunnies were all done with fuzzy fibers, Whisper, I think, or it might have been Angora. It was done on pretty big count because it's a big pillow. And then rather than stitching the carrots, I added carrot buttons. And I think the bunny was supposed to be stitched, or maybe something else was in the center, and I put a bunny button in there. Anyway, it was very fun. It's probably one of my most favorite. This one and the Halloween, that was Cricket collection.
Yes, I remember when you worked on that one.
It was very fun. Very fun. The bows are starting to be a little dilapidated on the baskets, but it was a fun little, a fun stitch because it was
Yes.
big count and
Yes.
so very fun.
I'm gonna move this just so that I can.
Oh yes, that's probably a good idea. Kind of get some stuff out of the way. All right. So then, next I know last week when we talked to you, kind of in the middle of the week, we were going to be starting the Elizabeth Garrett Stitch Along on Friday the 17th. So a week ago last Friday, we started that. So Marlene, how are you doing?
This is the design, just in case you don't remember. It's a Hands Across
Hands
the
Across
Sea.
the Sea. Elizabeth
And
Garrett.
I've gotten a little bit done, not a lot. I was hoping to get a little bit more, but I haven't had very much time with everything happening. I haven't had very much time to stitch in the morning.
And now you started right in the center,
yes,
didn't you?
I started right here with the crown.
And you're stitching on what?
Atomic Ranch, the freeze, 40 count Atomic Ranch freeze.
Over two threads.
With one strand, and I'm using the NPI silk number 406.
406. It's a dark green.
Uh-huh.
Okay, and then this is
Yes.
mine. Mine is in my frame.
You have a lot done.
I finished page 1. This is page 1 right here. And so I'm just barely starting here on this
That's really pretty.
row. So this is as wide as it's going to be.
Oh, uh-huh. Yeah.
So, and I'm stitching mine also on an Atomic Ranch fabric, 40 count and Nivens. It was my fabric of the month for
That's really
February. And I know, I really like it. And then I'm using a 103 silk. So I'm doing it over 2 threads. 103s. What did I say?
103.
Okay, 103s. 1 strand of silk over 2 threads on the 40 count. And the color was 025, I believe. So it's kind of a silvery green color. It's not as
That's
bright,
very pretty.
dark green as Marlene's.
It looks really pretty.
But I like
Listen,
it.
Mine, I just have to finish this little motif down here on the bottom. And then I get to go up here and do the little things that look like shamrocks, and then that will finish the page.
That's what this is.
Yeah.
This is just the top.
Yeah.
They look like, I don't know if that's what they were supposed to be, but that's what they look like to me.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's our progress
Yes.
on that,
So
on
a little
Elizabeth
bit
Garrett. And then I got my pre-orders for Nashville Market.
Yes.
Marlene's are on their way. We thought they might be here by today, but she checked her mail
No.
just before we came here, and no,
Yeah,
they're not here.
yes.
So you'll have to see them next week.
Yes.
So, and my March fabric of the month from Atomic Ranch is supposed to be
I can
here.
hardly wait to see what you get.
So I'll have that to show next week too. So the ones that I ordered Chubby Bunny by Jeanette Douglas.
So
I don't have any of these kitted up. Did you get any of yours kitted?
no,
I wish I had, but I didn't.
no.
And then the robins are here. This is by With Thy Needle and Thread, Brenda Gervais. I just love the little robins.
They're really cute.
They are. They're very cute. And then I got a Stacy Nash design. I have not stitched anything by Stacy Nash, but I got this one. It's called Pretty in Pink. I believe that's what it's. Pretty in Pink Pin Keep. So I just thought this was just really pretty.
That is
the
really pretty.
the red house down here, and then this beautiful floral motif that runs all along the side. I thought it was really pretty, so I got that one.
That's really pretty.
And then I got this one, Gathering Stitches, and this was by Luminous Fiber Arts.
October House.
No, Luminous Fiber
Oh,
Arts.
I thought you
Luminous
put
Fiber
October.
Arts. No,
That's something else.
October House is something else.
Right.
And this one, I liked too that it was all done in red. So I really liked this one, and it was kind of something different for me. Not
Yeah.
usually what I go for, and
It's really cute.
I tried to like get something from different designers.
Yes.
So
I ended up not doing that. I didn't. It just happened that I ended up with 2 designs by With Thy Needle and Thread and 2 designs by Teresa Kogut.
I can hardly wait to see.
Yes.
I know you
which I
got
haven't.
the robins are here.
Yes, I
you
got
got
the
that one.
robins
I
are
can
here,
hardly
yeah.
wait to see the other ones that you got.
But I didn't. But they're both designers that I've never done before.
Yeah.
So I'm excited.
I know. Yeah, I've done one With Thy Needle and Thread. I believe that I don't remember what she was called, but it was the little girl with the violets.
Oh, yeah.
I think
Okay.
that was a Brenda Gervais with the
Yeah,
needle and
it might
thread.
have been.
I think it was.
The one you did the finishing, demonstrated. the
It
finish
was
for,
a
right?
box. Yeah, yeah. I finished
that
it as
one
a
was
little
cute.
fat box.
That was cute.
Okay, then also last weekend our other event started, which was Stitching March Madness.
Yay.
And so the tournament started on Thursday, so that's when our stitching began. And it was wild and crazy.
Yes.
And we started with 64 projects, knowing that 32 of them
Yes.
would not get stitched. So the 32 projects that did not advance have already been put away. They are waiting for Stitch Mania. And so what we thought we'd do now today was just highlight some of the projects that we did get to stitch, and then some of the ones that we were either have gotten to stitch a lot on, or sad we didn't get to stitch anything on. So what do we want to start with?
Do we start with the
Oh,
new start?
new starts. New starts. So Marlene, did you get to do any new
Yes.
starts?
Yes. I got to do one. I got to start the Plum Creek.
Oh, Plum Street Sampler, Spring has sprung. Now, this was one that you picked as a Cinderella.
Yes. Yes,
And
it was my Cinderella.
And it advanced.
It was actually the number 1 and 16 upset
Okay.
that happened
Mm.
in the east region.
Oh,
And this
so
is
you
what
got the little snowman
yes, I got the
done.
little snowman done. And remember, we just do 100 stitches. So right around 100 stitches. So that's
So
what I got
now,
done.
did it advance into the next round into the
No.
sweet? So that's it
Yes,
for
that's
now.
it,
That one's
yeah.
gonna get put away
Yeah.
until you pull it out. And what were you stitching on?
This was Icelandic blue,
Yes, Icelandic blue.
32 count.
32 count.
32
Okay.
count
And you're
Icelandic
stitching with,
One strand of floss.
and what kinds of floss?
I
there?
believe it is
Oh,
Weeks Dye
Weeks
Works.
Dye Works.
Mix, right?
Classic colors,
Colors.
mostly Weeks Dye Works
Uh-huh.
though. And it looks like two DMC or Anchor floss. Oh, you got a nice little start though.
Yeah, yeah.
So
I
hopefully you'll
did.
be able to keep
And
working on that.
and this right here, where his little nose, his little mouth, and his little eyes are, those were actually over 1.
Oh, so they were very tiny then.
Very tiny, yeah.
On 32 count
yes.
over 1. Well, one of my new starts was the 4th Day of Christmas sampler I've been working on. But I also wanted to do the tree. And this one I got to start. It was also an upset. So I put in a little more than 100 stitches. So I got just the joy done in the center.
Oh, wow.
This
That's good.
is on 36 count. Just a minute. Oh, I didn't pull that information out. I want to say cypress.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
36 count cypress by Picture This Plus, I believe. And then I'm
That's what it is.
stitching it with NPI silks. So
That's very pretty.
that's my start on that, but it is now going to get put away because that project didn't advance.
And
Did
then
you have any
another-
other new starts?
Yes, another new one. I haven't actually started this one yet because I haven't gotten into it, but it is well with my soul.
Very pretty.
So I got to.
So
I'm gonna
that's
get to start that one.
my big toe. And we're doing this one on 32 count, aren't we?
I believe so.
Antique white linen.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Okay.
With,
Also,
with weeks.
Weeks Dye Works.
I think weeks. Yeah, I think it's weeks.
yes, it is because I remember helping
Are
you
gonna
pull
do-
colors.
Are you going to do it 1 strand or 2?
I think 1 strand because weren't we doing it over 1 thread?
Oh, we're doing it over 1? Oh, yeah, because it was.
Yeah,
gonna be
because the
one thing.
letters are all cross stitches. They're not back stitches. I got to also start Halloween Quaker, and I am stitching it on 36 count Murky.
Ooh.
Is that also by Picture This Plus? Murky. Yes, Picture This Plus. Murky. And so I started right up here in the left-hand corner, and I got just a little bit of that motif done. up there in the corner.
Oh, that's
And of course, this one did not advance.
no.
So it's going to
No,
get put
mine
away, but
didn't.
at least I got a start. So
Uh-huh.
that was also a new start
Those are the only two
for my
that I got
March
to do
Madness.
as
Oh, those are your only two?
Yes.
Okay, well, I got another one. I got to start Search the Skies by Waxing Moon Designs. I'm stitching this on the called for Blue Spruce 28 count Cashel. I thought this might be kind of hard to stitch on because it was dark, but actually it is not. It was really nice to stitch on. And so I got a start on the moon up here in the sky.
That's pretty.
Yes, it's
It looks
very
really pretty on that
It's-
fabric.
Yes, I love it. It's a very night sky-y looking. And I did change some of my colors of thread. I wasn't happy with, well, it called for sampler threads, Gentle Art sampler threads, and some of the colors just weren't what I thought they should be. Like the color that they called for the Santa red, I wanted it to be really red, and it wasn't. And so I switched.
Was it more pink?
It was kind of an orangey
Orange,
color. I wasn't very happy with it. And then I also got to stitch the Queen Bee bag from Shepherd's Bush Design. A little
Yes,
issue with this.
Yeah, the little opportunity.
I did not read the directions carefully enough. So, Jeannie, if you're watching this, I know you're going to laugh because you said I don't read the directions. And I should have gone over to, it said just like on linen, go over 2 threads. Well, that would mean the X's are going to be very large, like this big. I just did a sample one up here, and I just went over 1. But, I mean, by the time I put my big Q here and an E and an N, it's only going to cover like this much. So, I don't know. What do you think? Should I just pull it out? I mean, it really didn't take very long. So, you all tell me what you think. Should I leave it in there and just make do that it's small, or should I pull it out and make it big? I
How
don't.
does it look on the picture?
It's big.
Oh,
And I
yeah,
kept
it is.
looking, and it was like, why does theirs look bigger than mine? But it never dawned on me to read the directions.
Well, what do you think? Do you think you would be, it looks really cute, small, but I mean, it doesn't take up much space. There's a lot of blank space.
And I don't think, I'm not the kind of person that could say,
Yes.
oh, I'll just put some more
Yeah.
flowers in here, or I'll
Yeah.
just, no, that's not me. I would not do that.
No.
I don't know. I haven't decided. I can't decide what to do. So, extremely excited that I got to start. Very mad that I messed it up.
Oh, sorry. Yes, but you didn't read the directions.
So, well, you know, it was such a big X.
Yeah.
Already I felt like it was such a big X. So anyway, those are my new starts. So what about big upsets? Did you have any big
Yes,
upsets?
well, I had the one with the 1 in 16 that I already showed you with the Plum Street. So I had that one.
Did
And
you
then I
have any
had
others?
another one, the 2 in 15. The 15 moved on. And so that was the Mill Hill line.
Have you gotten to
So-
stitch on this one?
Yes, I got to start it last year during March Madness.
No, but I mean this year.
Yes, I stitched on it. I actually finished the wine glass.
Move over this way. There we go.
So the wine glass is all put in
So
now.
these were originally designed to be stitched on
perforated paper.
on perforated paper, and we changed it to fabric.
Fabric.
I don't. Do you remember what you're stitching on?
I think it's.
It's an over dyed. It definitely looks like maybe a 32 count.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it might be a 32 count. It's very fun.
My big upset was this one, Wildflower Gardens. I had it paired with Poison Garden, and the number 1 seed lost. And but Wildflower Garden I mean, was exciting also.
Yes.
It's just that I had more done on Poison Garden and not a very much of a start on Wildflower Garden, and that's why I put it as a lower seed, because I thought I'd rather have more stitches going to Poison Garden because I've got more done. But I got the windows finished, and because I was filling in the windows, and then I have to still put the back stitch lines in. And then I started on the fence, which is kind of hard to see. It'll show up better because there's grass, like a grassy lawn or hill or something here in front of the pink house. So this is a drawn thread, stitching on. The fabric came with the project, I believe. It's 32 count, some antique.
And did you,
linen.
and the thread came too, it came as
Yes,
a kit, right?
silks. It was kitted.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. So that was my big upset. I got to stitch on my number 16
Oh,
project.
it's so exciting when that happens.
Yes, it was. Okay, then what about number ones? We started with 4 number ones. Which number ones do you have left?
I have
2 number ones
yes,
lost.
Yes, so I still have 2 number ones remaining, and that's Celtic Dancer. And this was from the European Cross Stitch magazine. That's no longer in print. And this is what I have done.
I'll show you mine too, because she's one of my remaining ones too. Move this way. Oh, look isn't that just so pretty?
It's really pretty. So and
You have
she
her-
moved on, so I'm working right now on her arm. So I should get some more of her arm put in.
So
The next
how
time I get
many
to stitch on
how
her.
many times have you stitched on her?
I've only stitched on her once.
Okay, so and she's advanced
Yes.
twice. So you have one more set of hundreds, and then a possibility advancing today.
Yes.
If the team wins.
Yes.
Okay.
And what were we stitching this on again?
We
Antique
were
white?
stitching this on 32 count antique white.
Yes. With
At-
DMC. With anchor.
With anchor floss.
Anchor floss.
I
And 1 DMC light effects, I believe.
yes.
Oh, and the pattern is mine.
It called for 28 count even weave. And I think that's what we did. I think it
maybe
is
so.
28 count.
Maybe so.
This
It's
is my
very easy to
progress
stitch
on her. I've stitched on her once. I have completed the round of 32, and so now I'm working on the 100 stitches for the round of 16.
Yeah.
So that
Yeah, I'm
is
still
where
working
I'm
on the
at.
round of 32. But hopefully I'll get more done.
I totaled mine up. I think I had. I'll double check, but I think I have 9,000 stitches in the first round alone.
Oh, that's good.
I have to double check. Okay, and then did you have another number
Yes,
one?
and then I have this one. This is A Sister's Love. It's a blackbird design. And
So this
what
is
I
your
have.
other number
This
one
is
that's
my
still
other number
remaining.
one that's remaining, yes. And this is what I have done on that one.
Oh, those colors are so pretty.
Mm-hmm.
They just look so rich and pretty.
Yes.
That dark
There's-
blue. It's a dark blue, right?
No, this is actually charcoal.
Oh, it's a
The
gray.
black, yeah. And then this is blue. This is blue jeans.
Yes.
Old blue jeans or something.
And then the brown.
I guess hazelnut and pecan.
I'm working on my other number one is also my blackbird
And this is-
design. A Heart Remembers. And so I have finished the border, the outside border now on the first page. And so I'm ready to start on the motifs on the inside. Well, with the exception of that single little row of cross stitch. I have a little bit left to finish. And then I'll be working on this motif. I decided there are initials put in here, and I thought about putting the actual original, the initials
Yeah.
for the woman that actually stitched it. But I think I'm going to put mom's initials and Charlie's mom's
Oh, yeah,
initials.
that would be good.
Since we just have lost them both recently, I
Yeah.
thought that would be pretty to put
Yeah.
that in. A heart remembers, and so put
Yeah,
both of the
that would
mom's
be really
initials
nice.
in there. Yeah, I think so. So that's my other number one that's still surviving. Okay, then what's next? Oh, project that's gotten the most stitches.
Oh, okay. So that is
Which one is
I
yours?
had-
I have to grab mine.
the Fall on the Farm, because I had it in 4 brackets, 4 different brackets, and it moved on in 3 of the brackets.
Wow.
So, and then I think 2 of them moved on again, so I think I'll get to put more stitches.
Wow. Very
So,
nice.
Yes.
Mine that's gotten the most stitches is Changing Seasons. I had it in all 4 brackets, or all 4 quadrants of the
Yeah.
bracket, and it advanced every time. So I got to put some stitches in on every season.
Oh, that's good.
So up here in the spring, I got to start
That
this flower. And I'm going to come back to that because I want to ask you what you think, Marlene. And then in the summer, I got to start the basket.
Oh,
And then fall and winter, I'm still working on these corner blocks.
Oh, yeah.
So I put the purple flowers in. And then for winter, I put this little motif. So it's 4 times in here. So I'm going to put that motif in there. So those are my colors. But now, if you want to just hold this like this so that we can look at that pink flower. Here, let me fold it back, Marlene, so you can hold this. There we go. And then make sure you hold it up so we can see the flower in the, yeah. You need to,
Oh, I'm holding it all. Okay.
yes, because I want to do a floss. Okay, so I was using this pink. And then there's like 3 petals on this flower. Does this pink blend so that I could do that as the center petal and then put this outside petal again?
I think so. I'll have to look at it
Okay,
so I can
so-
see it better.
All right, so do you want to put that down and then look at these 2 colors? What do you
Oh, yeah.
think?
Yeah, that would be pretty
This
together.
one, this darker one is a Trinway silk.
Oh,
And then this is just an anchor floss.
Yeah, no, I think that would be pretty together. I think that would look really pretty.
And then
Did you use them in here?
no, but they blend really
they
nice.
blend really nice, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So I'll
Yeah,
probably
I think that would look pretty.
look at that a little bit more. If well, I don't know how much more this one's advanced. It advanced in all 4 brackets, but now I think it only advanced 1 time in that second round.
Oh,
So on to the Sweet 16, I think it only did 1 time.
oh, okay.
So there's that. Okay, then what about a project that you didn't get to put any stitches in because
Oh,
it
yes.
lost in the first
I
round?
was very sad because Strawberry Fields from Victoria Sampler got booted out right away. So I didn't get to add any more stitches to that one.
This
So I
is
was very
such
sad.
a pretty design.
I know it is, and I was hoping to get to work on it, but oh well, Stitch Mania.
Yes.
I just have a little tiny start from last year.
Oh, just the tree branch
The
up in
tree
that
branch
corner.
in the top, yes. That's all I have.
Well, the one that I was really disappointed that I didn't get any stitches in was my Tempting Tea.
Oh,
I love working on this one, and it lost in the first round, so it
Yes.
didn't get any stitches.
No.
But I did have another thing I wanted to share. If you all will remember, this is part of my March Madness bracket, and I've gotten to work on it actually twice because it advanced. And it advanced again last night, I believe. I think so. I don't remember. I'm not positive. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I've gotten to stitch on it twice, so I put in over 200 stitches on it. This was Para of St. Francis by My Big Toe, and I'm stitching it on a 28 count linen, and this was my start. Then I made a mistake, and so I was having to pull stuff out. What in the world did I do here? Okay. So this was my start, and I was having to pull things out because I made a mistake, and I was not really completely happy with how this was looking. It was going to be very large.
Yes, very big.
And so I decided that I was going to see what I thought if I flipped it over and did it over one thread instead.
That looks really pretty.
I think that is much prettier.
Yeah.
And so I am going to go ahead and continue. This is almost 250 stitches because I've stitched on it twice. And it's just the top row right along here. I did change the colors on this because this writing doesn't show up very good. And so I did change it. I'm stitching it all with dinky dye silks. So now that I'm doing 28 count over one, I'm using just one strand of floss. So
Yeah, I think that looks pretty.
I think that's going to be much prettier than this big huge thing that it just was so big, and I was not happy with these color changes up here at all. And I think I'm going to be much happier with it small.
Yes, I think that's a good idea.
Okay, so there was that.
So that's
And
our update on stitching March Madness.
Yes. So we will continue to advance and eliminate projects this weekend, and then next weekend is the conclusion.
Yeah.
So
Monday, the
the
third
third
is the last.
is the
final
last final game. So we probably will not be all done with our stitching, although I should be close. I should be
We'll
pretty
see.
close
Hopefully.
to being caught up.
I'm way behind, but I think I can catch up kind of quick.
Yeah, it goes, 100 stitches goes
Yeah,
very
it
fast.
does.
100 stitches goes fast. So that was our progress
Yes.
there. Then, Marlene, I know I got my shipment from Nashville Market. Yours is on its way. Do you have anything on the waiting list?
Oh, on my wish list?
Yes.
Yes, I do.
What
I
are
think-
you?
I think we had one that was, well, I had a couple.
Oh,
But
okay.
I think the one was, we both had, that we wanted on our, I think we both had it on our wish list, the honey fair?
Honey Fair. Oh, okay.
Yes.
And I'll pull them up so that we can show them. Oh, okay. Let me see. I know I can get this.
There, that's.
There, that's pretty good. So this is Honey Fair by October House Fiber Arts.
Yes,
October House Fiber Arts. You know, I may have to close this blind a
Oh,
little
yeah.
bit, Mommy.
Yeah, that would be a good, yeah, that might help, so it doesn't.
That might cut down
quite
on the
as-
glare
yeah,
a little
it's not
bit.
Quite as bright.
Let's see if that helps.
No,
Not really.
because of the phone.
Yeah. So, okay. Well, and that's
Okay.
Sting Like a Bee.
Yes.
That we're going to talk about that one later.
Yes.
This is Honey Fair. I might have to. I didn't think it would be quite that
I
bad.
thought you'd done that before.
I did too. But you know what? I wonder, we may have to turn the lights down just a little. I don't want us to be in the dark, but it's still glaring.
Is
No.
Your phone? Can you turn your phone down a little bit
I don't
so your phone isn't so bright?
think so. I don't know how to do, let's see. No, even with the black background, it's just not showing up. So, okay, well, what else is on your stitching list?
Then I wanted to do Eliza's French Birds. Is that what it was called?
Yes,
By JBW.
JBW. Do you
Design.
want to?
Yes.
It's the one that had the two pink birds.
Birds.
I know this is not great. In fact, it's really not good at all. So you all, if you're interested, you'll have to just
Yes.
go and look up. It's Eliza's
French.
French Birds
Mhm.
by JBW
Yes.
Designs. It was a new market release. And
And I have these little birds. They were salt and pepper shakers. They belonged to my mom, and I took them from her.
actually, they were part of her mother's
Yes.
salt and pepper.
Yeah.
She had a collection.
She had
Our
a collection,
grandmother had a collection of salt and pepper shakers, and these two little pink birds
Yes.
were part of the collection. They're so sweet.
I know, and so I thought,
Oh.
it would be so cute to do that.
Oh, and have that
and then-
sampler would
and
look
then
so
do-
pretty.
Yeah.
That would be
And
really
then
pretty.
Have the little birds displayed by it.
I had a JBW one that I also have on my waiting wish list because, and it's called Stitching in the Round.
Oh,
And she's done a lot of the designs that are round, but this one was all stitching things like a scissors, thread, a little tomato pin cushion. And I just thought it was really pretty. It was done all in reds.
Oh.
And I thought it was really pretty. So that one was
Yeah,
on
that
there.
would be
And then
fun.
the other one that I just love that's really kind of quirky, but it's an ink circles design and it's called 5 o'clock.
Yes.
And so it looks, there's actually the
The
hands
numbers.
on the clock.
And the numbers.
and the
12,
numbers.
3, 6, and 9? Or
And
is it just
Five,
five.
the 5 is there. And
5
then
o'clock?
at each hour, there's a different like cocktail drink. It's just really colorful, really bright. I just think it would be darling stitched up. And so
Yes.
that one is on my wish list too.
Mm-hmm. That would be.
And then last week, Marlene and I mentioned doing a stitch along. And so
In
we're going
May.
to just, talk about that a little bit again. We would like it to start May the 1st. And anybody that would want to join us, we will have a hashtag on Instagram. But it is the collaboration pieces by Heartstring Samplery, which was Sting Like a Bee, or the Plum Street Samplers, Float Like a Butterfly. So you can do float, sting, or both. Marlene wants to start with the bee, so she's going to do Sting Like a Bee. I want to start with the butterfly, so I'm going to do Float Like a Butterfly first. But I want to do both pieces.
Yes, I do too. I do too. I want to do both.
So that is what we are looking forward to. We haven't really talked about April stitching plans yet. We'll share that next week
Yes.
with you all. What else? Anything else going on?
I think so.
I don't think we have.
We have tomorrow. We have stitching.
Yes, stitching
We're
tomorrow.
gonna go out and help Nancy set up because she's gonna have the trunk show from Erica Michaels still.
Yes.
So we're gonna
And
go help.
Luminous Vibe. No, not.
Luhu Stitches.
Luhu Stitches
Is still
is
she's
still.
still gonna have
yes,
that too?
she
Oh,
still has
okay.
that trunk
I
show
wasn't
too.
sure if she had to send that one
Yes.
back.
No, they're both going to still
Oh,
be there.
okay, good.
Yes, so that is exciting. So
Yeah,
we
so
will
we're
be
gonna-
doing that. And then I'm hoping next week to get back into the craft room and get some finishing
Oh,
done. I
yeah.
haven't had any time to
I
finish.
know I haven't had any time to stitch in the morning.
No,
we'll see.
and so next week for my morning stitch, I want to get back to finishing up my stitching season spring.
Yeah, I want to work. I think I'm gonna focus on Elizabeth Garrett.
Oh,
in the
yes.
morning
Yeah. I've
for
been
my
doing
morning
that
stitch.
this week. It's been my morning stitch.
I haven't done it.
And so I really probably need to keep working on both of those.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then I am really going to focus on trying to get some of my projects that are close to finished. So we'll see how that's coming next
Yes,
week.
we'll
Because of
see.
course next week when we come, I was going to look up how many stitches I did for the first round. Let
yeah.
me go grab
Yeah,
that.
Go grab it.
And then Marlene, don't you have some other things you're going to be working on for your house?
From my house.
Aren't you having workers come or something?
Oh, for my house. I was thinking stitching house.
Oh.
I wasn't following you. I'm trying to find somebody to come fix my ceiling or my roof well, the ceiling needs to be fixed because the plaster fell down. But now I don't know if it's the roof that needs to be fixed or the skylight. So yeah, I'm trying to find somebody to come.
Okay, so you're working on that for next
Yes.
week.
Yes.
Yuck.
Yes.
Okay, no. Okay, I did a total of at least 900 stitches in every single quarter of the bracket. And so for the first round, I stitched 3,731 stitches
Wow.
for round 1. And now, of course, round 2, it's just 16 teams, so it'll probably be about half of that. About half of it.
Good.
So, yes. So, there was lots of
I
stitches
totaled my
last
first
weekend.
one up, my first bracket.
First quarter of the
Yeah,
bracket.
the first quarter, and I think I had 922 stitches for
Yeah.
the first quarter, and I'm done with the second quadrant part, the second part of the bracket, but I haven't
Just
totaled
show
my
you how-
stitches up yet.
So this is my stitching
Oh, I should
bracket.
get mine.
Yes, grab yours. This is my stitching bracket. So as the team or the project advanced, I wrote the project name here, and when I stitched it, I highlighted it, and then put in parentheses how many stitches I had done. And so then I was able to total for each quadrant of the bracket. So you see that all of these are highlighted. I've done all of those. I've completed
I need to highlight
the
that.
second round here because they're highlighted. And now I've moved down and I'm working on this one. So, but this bracket, the East bracket, they already played last night. So I have 2 projects that have already advanced that I haven't stitched yet. So what does yours look like?
Mine was kind of messy, but there. I highlighted them as they advanced, and then I put the number of stitches, so I knew I had done them. So I put the
Oh.
number of stitches.
So
here
if
above
they're
it.
highlighted, it just means they moved on.
Yes. they
See,
moved
I don't highlight if they move on because I wrote their name down here.
Oh,
I wrote the
well,
project name
But
here.
it's so hard for me to see. So
Yes,
it
that's
helps me.
true.
It
Okay.
helps me. So and then I put the number of stitches there above it, how many I did for each project. So
Yay.
I've done this whole side, and I'm working on the Midwest bracket now.
Okay. That's
So,
good.
Yeah. So
Yes, very fun.
and I'm on
It's
the
a fun way to keep working.
I'm
and
on the third
stitching,
project in the Midwest bracket.
to keep stitching on lots of different
Yes, it is.
projects
It's
and
really fun.
okay. Well, I don't really have anything coming up next week. I don't think Charlie will get back sometime late tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And then Sunday will just be kind of like a recouping day.
Yes.
And
you'll be exhausted after.
yes,
this.
he will be. He'll be tired. So, and then not much else.
No.
Okay. So, you all, we just again want to thank you for spending time with us. We always appreciate comments. Any questions you have, please don't hesitate to ask. We try hard to be accurate with what we're telling you as far as stitching designers and fabrics we're
Counts
using
and
and
threads
counts
and-
and threads. But you know, sometimes I know we get a little mixed up. But we do appreciate you all spending time with us. And we love that you leave comments, and we hope that you have a wonderful weekend. We're having very nasty, windy weather.
Yes, it's.
And it's a
very-
really nasty day today. The sky is all brown and it's dusty. But we're inside and we're stitching, and that's all that
Yes.
matters.
So that makes
Basketball
it
is going to be starting in about 15 minutes.
Mhm.
So we hope you have a wonderful weekend, that you get lots of time to stitch. And remember that a day without laughter is like a day without sunshine.
So wherever you are, bring your own sunshine
And keep on stitching. We'll see you next week.